Hey guys, Harry here. So I know it's been a while. I've just kind of been a little caught up on work and just the whole transition. And by transition, I mean not my transition, sadly, just my transition into a new place and everything. So, how are things going? Glad you asked, thank you. Things are going well. So, the job itself is awesome. I work with a bunch of awesome, very supportive people. The environment is it's just fantastic. Definitely one of the most supportive environments I've been in. Granted, it's only been a couple of weeks, but that's definitely a good sign. As far as LGBT stuff with that environment, also very good. I mean, I wear a freaking rainbow lanyard around for work that has my name on it and everything, that, you know, I need to log into computers, and yes, I could have had a generic one, but I went with the rainbow one, and I'm not the only one with it, which is awesome. And I also have like a little pin that says, basically, we support everyone, which is cool. It's a really nice environment to be around, and that's very exciting. And it's something that in the future, transition-wise, I think is going to be really great. The question just comes, I mean, it's a temporary assignment. I'm only on the books for a year, not guaranteed a job. So do I transition now, or do I wait until I have a job and do that? And that's a really good question. I still need to work that out. But part of me is like, you know, it's a year. It is a supportive environment, which is great. And changes will happen in the next 6 to 12 months, most of the changes, you know. And so it's like, if I could get that out of the way, and then I start my new job at most likely a new location, already transitioned, that's kind of cool. And then my degree is in my new name. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I just need to figure that out. Also have to figure out the courage to talk to the family. Yikes. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. Now, I also need to find a therapist. So I just got health insurance, and so now I have to look through that and see who I can afford through that health insurance. Let me tell you what, that limbo thing, I'm so glad I'm kind of like on my way out of this limbo thing, but that limbo phase was hell. It was just this like, hurry up and wait culture of like, okay, we are moved in and now we have to wait to get settled and wait for you to like not feel like absolute basically shit and lonely. And granted, I still haven't found friends, but it's like a little bit better than it was like those first couple of weeks. And you know, it's not like this, oh my god, where am I going? Like, I at least have set walking patterns and set stores that I can go to get food and to interact with people. So like, you know, I'm finding my way around, which just makes it a little bit less on edge, for sure. It's making it better. We are not obviously all the way there, but we're getting there. And so, yeah, moving sucks, man. It is rough. It's rough in the actual packing and the saying goodbyes, and then when you actually get there and having to unpack and everything being new and you not know anyone, you don't even know where to go to the store. It's just hard. Ugh. So, yeah, I haven't really found any friends yet, but that's okay. I'm optimistic, obviously. I have found a trans support group, which is great. So that's really exciting. We had our second meeting tonight. So that's great, being around a bunch of people, and I'm finally being called Harry again. And I have to say, like, you know, it had been about a month since I was around people who I was out with. And when I went last week for the first time, like afterwards, I just had such great relief. And I honestly didn't expect that. I was like, holy shit, like I'm actually happy, because I kind of felt myself going in this little downward depression spiral type thing. And so when after that I was like very, very happy. I was like, this is it, and it feels great. And so it's been weird But yeah, that part is solid, and it makes me just confirm a lot of things, which is a relief. It's really nice. There's still a part of me that is just like, it's just weird. Like, I see, for example, some guys who in the group are newly transitioning, or like, you know, are in the midst of their transition. I mean, you never stop your transition, but you know, early in their transition, like having started hormone replacement therapy, and they pass so damn well, like so freaking well, and you're just like, could that be me? Is that gonna be me? And it's just kind of this mind fuck, because you're like, is that gonna be me? And like, how do they act? Like, you know, how have they changed? Like, are they still the same person? Like, it's so hard to think that that's the same person who was at one time presenting as female, like, to whatever extent that was, and that's gonna be me. That somehow I'm still, like, the core of me is still the same, but I will be masculine presenting as in passing as a cisgender person, most likely, in whatever capacity that is. And it's so hard to think about. It really is, because it feels like a completely different person, you know? And that there's no way it could be the same, but it is. Like, these people, you know, the hormones do crazy, incredible things to the body. And they are the same person. They legitimately are. They just are presenting as masculine now, as male. And that's different, you know? So that's something that, like, it just kind of blows my mind. And it's a really hard thing to grasp. And I think it's one of those things, like, you know, anything, any big change, be it moving or, you know, like having college education now. You know, imagine like high school, you're like, am I ever gonna be this? Like, I'm gonna be that, I'm gonna be making money. Or even when I started this program, like, I'm gonna be called doctor at the end of this. Like, what the? Like, that's weird. Like, how do I, like, I'm not good enough to be called doctor. Like, I'm not smart enough or whatever. And now I'm kind of like seeing, like, yeah, I fucking am. I'm gonna be a doctor, and that's awesome. And it's just wrapping your mind around it and kind of becoming it and owning it, rather than seeing it as something that is not you. You know, it's going from separated to one. And I think that slowly happens as you take steps towards whatever that goal is. And it's really hard to go into it with the mindset that, like, this is who I am right now, but it's more who I'm going to be, or it feels unattainable, which is why certain goals sometimes don't always get met. But at the end of the day, like, if I look back, it's like, oh man, I've completely changed in the last 3 years. It just doesn't feel like it, because it's such a slow transition. And so that's kind of where I'm at, of realizing this and working towards this, and knowing that who I am is still going to be the same at the end of this process, and that there's just other things that are changing, and that's perfectly okay. And along with that might be people, and people around me, and people who I am surrounded by, and that's all right. So I guess that was a little bit of a rant that I just wanted to get off my chest. Otherwise, other little things, I could probably talk about other things later. I'm going to a conference tomorrow. That's super exciting. I'm going to Philadelphia. Never been. Let me know what I should see, what I should do, and don't say the Liberty Bell, because that's obvious. The conference is going to be pretty cool, I think. It's the Voice Symposium, which I have nothing to do with the voice. I don't know how to really sing. I don't really know what I'm doing with the voice. But I did research on that, and so I'm presenting a poster on that. So that's going to be fun. It's on a very trans topic, and so maybe I'll meet some people, and that would be super cool if I met some professionals who are either interested in trans-related stuff or who are trans themselves. That'd be awesome. I will let you know how that happens. But I'm meeting up with one of my good friends who is a vocalist, so they will experience some of the coolness of this and, like, the conference. I'll be along for the ride on some of those days, but I at least understand music, I guess. So I'm excited to explore a new city, and I'm very blessed because this is like the 5th or 4th or we're on almost two hands here, of cities I've gotten to travel to in my graduate experience at the cost of the different places and venues and schools and whatnot. So very excited that I've gotten to travel and see so much. Very, very thankful. I highly recommend it because you learn something new every time and you come out of it refreshed and rejuvenated. So highly recommend traveling. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I gotta go pack, and I will keep you updated on this conference and also on this group and how I am settling into a new city. Thanks so much, guys, and you have an awesome, awesome day. See ya.